Hey, Genderqueer Chat, it's Nicole here. And this week I actually picked the topic, and then I had a hard time finding things to say about it. Yay! Anyway, okay, so this week we're talking about being genderqueer and body image in general. It's a pretty broad topic. What I was going to mainly talk about is that I've come into contact a lot lately with this subject, with feeling inadequate body image-wise. A lot of this has to do with the fact that because I'm genderqueer, I feel I need to present in a particular way so that I seem more androgynous. The reason why I feel that I need to do this is because I feel that I want to be out as genderqueer, and I want to be asked questions, and I want people to assume that I'm genderqueer if anything, or non-gendered if anything, or androgynous than female, because I feel very far from that specific gender marker, gender identity. I'm not cisgendered female, and because I'm feminine and have soft features, I sometimes, I guess, feel like I have to overcompensate a little bit and present in maybe a little more of a masculine way in order to come off in an androgynous way, if that makes sense. Where I felt the most resistance to being androgynous is at school. It's a women's university, but it's not all women. It does have a male population, but it's 90% women. And we have to wear specific outfits, especially for my choral things. And then for recitals, like we do solos, we have to be gender appropriate. That's just the way it is. I feel really uncomfortable with this. And I've talked to, my choir director, and I've talked to my voice teacher to try to maybe figure out an alternative, but I don't know. It hasn't really come up yet. And I feel like in an academic setting, I need to do what I need to do to be respected and taken seriously. And unfortunately, if I go on stage in a suit, I may not be taken seriously singing an aria in my range, which is extremely high. I'm very much a soprano. So I feel really uncomfortable because it shows these dresses and skirts that I have to wear for this stuff. It shows all of my curves, and I've got, large breasts. So it also shows those off, and those are something, my breasts are something that I try to keep under wraps. I don't try to hide them per se, but I definitely try to make them look smaller so that I have more of a, slimline look instead of curves. So normally I use, like layers or a sports bra. Sometimes I use a binder. I was binding every day for about 3 months, but because of my singing, it actually affects my breathing quite a bit when I have it on. So I decided to just do it on the weekends when I go out and dress up and stuff. I just, like I said before, I feel uncomfortable because I want to pass as queer. I'm not trying to pass as male. I'm not trans in that sense. I don't really want top surgery or to take hormones, but I would like to pass as queer or androgynous. And I know in my head that this is ridiculous to think this way, to think that a certain shape or certain look makes me more masculine or feminine. But because of how society sees those gender binaries, I kind of, in a way, have to present, if I want to come off as queer, I have to present a little bit more masculine in order to achieve that. And I get a lot out of it when people identify me as queer, so I don't have to explain it. Like I was talking about last week about how I feel like I have to have a cerebral discussion with everyone that I come in contact with, because it's kind of a rare thing to be queer here. And so if I'm presenting in a more androgynous way, and, to me that means not showing all my curves all the time, I get more, I get identified more as queer than I would if I were not, modifying my look or presenting in an androgynous way. Now, that's one side of it, is kind of the dysphoria, about my breasts and all of that. Another part of it, of gender and body image, is weight. And again, that has to do with my curves and the fact that I guess that society has taught me, and I don't mean to think this way, but masculine people are supposedly, more tough and strong and things like that. And so this summer I did this whole workout regimen where I was trying to kind of beef up and become more, just look bigger in general, so I wasn't so scrawny. But, the more I thought about it, I actually loved working out, but I've, of course, fallen off the wagon, don't we all, at some point? But, did you like that Texas reference, falling off the wagon? Anyway. Okay, but, it's not the case that masculine people are always tough and strong. That's ridiculous, I mean, if I were to present as male, totally male, and if I were to, want to transition at some point, and that may happen, it's been a journey so far, but I don't think so. I think I'm good with my body and good with not being on hormones. But if I were to, I wouldn't be a tough guy. I'm not. That's just not who I am. I'm a soft little emo thing, and no matter what, what body I have, that's who I am inside. I'm not a macho person, but I'm still affected by the idea of this specific body image and this specific personality, almost, or persona would be more like the word to use, I guess. But I'm learning not to think in those terms, and that's good. But it kind of pisses me off that for so long I've also been, kind of, because of the media and because of just people around me, I've been affected by these stereotypes. And I shouldn't be affected by the media throwing all these ridiculous ideas about what it is to be a man or a woman, or neither. I'm neither, And I just need to relearn how to see the world in a non-gendered way. And I am learning and taking those steps. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle because I do feel, I feel in my mind that I have attributes of both masculinity and femininity. On the extremes, I feel like I have both of those types of features in some ways, or personas, but I don't feel connected to either one specifically. So I think that on the whole, I need to learn how to deal with my presentation in a healthy way. I need to try not to present in a specifically gendered way, which I was leaning towards. And for me, that's not right. For others, that might be more comfortable, but I didn't actually feel specifically more comfortable dressing like a man. I love to wear suits, and I always will, and I'm definitely doing that. But I think in the end, what's important for me is to redefine masculinity and femininity in my own mind, and understand that although I may not look particularly masculine, I'm entitled to feel however I feel. And if I want to present in a non-gendered fashion and other people don't get that I'm queer, then I'm just going to have to suck it up and explain it. And even though that's sometimes irritating, I think it's more important to be true to yourself than trying to push one extreme or the other, if that's not how you feel. Now, if you feel like that's the best way to present, of course, by all means do that. But for me personally, it's been a struggle not to go to the extreme as far as presenting in a masculine way in order for other people to see me as queer. So I guess that's it for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic, fantastic week, and I will see you next Wednesday.